Right, hello there, welcome to this video about using MIDI with OctaMED on the A600GS. I'm going to start OctaMED via AmiBench, so we'll just start that up. I'm recording all the audio via an external mixer, and I've got 6 million different computers in this room, it seems, so sorry for all the background noise and the hissing and buzzing and the creaky chair. So I like starting all the stuff up through AmiBench, although you can just start them directly from their own icons, but sometimes you might want to look in something in the file manager or image or something, and so it's kind of useful to run them from the thing. So AmiBench is up now, so we can start OctaMED. Just wait for the clock and the calendar to come up, right, just to see the whole thing. I'm running on my development box rather than public image, so you can. There's a few extra bits and bobs lying around that you might have noticed in the main GUI. So here's OctaMED up. So we've got the new menu item now in the MIDI section, which allows you to choose the device attached to your A600. You've got a couple of emulated devices that you need the ROMs for, and I've got a Korg TR workstation attached, which is a large keyboard basically. So just that's all you need to do. That's now enabled for the A600, and now I just need to enable MIDI in OctaMED. Right, now you can hear probably hear a little buzz. That's some interference that from the USB cable of all things. I'm surprised again picking that up, but I am. There's so many earth loops in this room, it's crazy. Right, so now I'm going to edit the block, set up properties, because I know the riff that I want to program in this is 32 lines long. So let's just take that down to 32. Makes it right. Now we're going to set up our MIDI instrument. Set it to channel 1 is all you need to do. Now it says MC01 at the top there. And then the thing I got caught out when I was doing this for the first time and got confused for ages why I wasn't getting any noise is because the volume defaults to 0, which is not very loud obviously. So we're going to set that to about 24, I reckon. Could be a little bit louder, maybe get harder. I'm using the piano sound by default. There's loads of sounds on the keyboard, but this is more about setting up the MIDI rather than trying to fiddle around getting different sounds. So here we go. So now we can switch into edit mode, and now if I press an A on the keyboard, where are we? C, D, A. I'm a guitarist, not a keyboard player. There's an A, right. Now, let's move. I'm using 8 lines per beat, so we move forward to the next beat. Put in the C. That's it. And then move to the next beat, and then we're going in for an E there. Are we? Yes. And then this is the funky bit, so it's just 3 along there for another 3, and then another one, 2 more. Have I got it right? 2 more. G, and then an A again. Well, that's G. So we can go back and then hit the A, and that overwrites it. So if I play that back now, we should have a little groove going. Stop. Right, so that tempo is quite slow. I'm just going to turn off because there's a little bug. Not bug, there's one of the system components is output into MIDI when you and I think it's the fonts, so I'm going to investigate that, but no, I don't want block properties, I want tempo. So I'm going to set the tempo of the song, but it makes an almighty crash when you open some of the certain windows, so I'm going to find that and fix it, but at the moment I'm just going to disable. So going up to 90 here. 90 beats per minute, and it's already set to 8 beats per line, or 8 lines per beat, or whatever that means. Right, I'm going to put that back on again now, and when you do that, you have to re-enable MIDI for OctaMED for some reason. Probably because it thinks the device has been detached or something and needs reinitializing. So now if we play again, right, it's a little bit straight sounding. So, and we're going to add a little bit more funk by adding in just some note stops, which are done by putting F, F, F there. It's a very clumsy way of doing this. I think there should be a keyboard shortcut to do it, insert it, but it doesn't seem to exist. I've heard somebody say it used to exist and has disappeared, and it's not in the source code, so I am intending to add that at some point in the near future. But at the moment you have to do it by hand, which is a bit fiddly. Right, so we now play with... Right, that sounds a bit better now. But it's still not quite right. I'm not sure what's wrong, but I did record this earlier, so I'm going to load in a previously saved version. So if we open that, continue. Oops, 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 oops. There's that stuff. Ooh, that's horrible. Just stop that for a sec. It's still going. That's strange. Load in that one. Oh, it's probably because that window's not being serviced while this window's open. So load in that game right now. Let's click stop that. Right, put that back on again. Reinitialize MIDI and then we can play that again. That's better. Well, I could play that along with that for ages. Let's stop that now. So it's quite a nice little way of composing a riff, slightly different to just doing it on the bass guitar, which is where I normally write that. So I hope you've enjoyed this little video. I'm demonstrating some MIDI on OctaMED on the A600GS. Please do like and subscribe for more videos about the A600GS, or go over to my blues channel and subscribe to find more about my music if you're interested in that side of my things. And thank you very much. See you on the next video. We'll just quit out here on the way out, just to show you out. Quit, and we're back in the main menu.